So, namaste everyone. I'm really happy and truly honored to be here and share you the Nepali part of our journey. Um, yeah, this is a special moment for me. Actually, it's the first time for me in Friedrichshafen, in Germany, and in Europe. Actually, it's first time for me out of Nepal. But Friedrichshafen, it's not really new to me. Zeppelin University, because I have known so many friends from here, and also I have been in contact with them for so long. And yeah, I feel like I have already graduated from here, you know, because uh, it's a long journey that we have been saving together, and I feel like ik bin ein Jatula. Yeah, some of these friends have traveled to Nepal, experiencing my homeland, meeting my family, and embracing Nepali hospitality in my home.
Yeah, and I thought, obviously, it doesn't feel new to you. Sorry. Because if we look back at the past 8 years, 100 ZU students, some of them are sitting here now, have been and are part of Nidisi. Of those 100, more than 40 actually went to Nepal, many of them to Ashok's place. And if we look at Nidisi today, in the European team, 5 out of 8 Nidisis are also ex-ZU students.
Yes, even though it's unlikely that our lives would cross, Fabi and Matthias ended up in my home as a guest, and we were close friends. We really had a great time together. And suddenly there was a devastating earthquake. It was devastating. Thousands of people lost their lives, they lost their homes, they lost their loved ones, because of which it changed my life, also Fabian's, and a lot of students from Zeppelin University since past 8 years. We know that we knew that we had to do something, and we traveled around Nepal and provided foods and tents to different victims of earthquake in areas where no NGOs and no governmental agencies were able to reach. We didn't stop with distributing relief packages. We started with typical um, development aid projects. We supported children to go to the schools. Until now, there are 36 students we have already supported who are still getting quality education. And we also rebuild family houses and school classrooms. During that time, we realized that development aid was creating dependencies. We had to learn this in a very hard way, actually. And for example, we were really successful in um, we successfully failed in digitalizing uh, 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 patient record in hospital. Or a more concrete example, while finishing the construction of a house in one of the villages, there was a family who were completely dependent on us. He was waiting for us to build his houses. Though he could have built on his own, but he was like really waiting for us. And I think this somehow our activities was creating a kind of dependencies in the heart of people and the mind of people. Instead, we want to empower them.
Sorry. So, obviously, we had to change the way we work. And we actually found a concept that could work quite well. It's called social business. And no, social business, it's one of those terms that people like to throw around because it's very big and vague, and no one actually knows what it means. But actually, the concept behind this is quite simple to us. It just means that you find a solution to a problem in a way that it can financially carry itself at some point. Why? To to reduce those independencies that Ashok was talking about. And also, it only works if the people that it's made for want it. Because otherwise, they would not buy the solution that we're offering them as a Nepali European team. And this is how and why Nidisi was founded. And Some Nidisis actually like to describe it in its early time as a sort of playground full of children running around with a lot of energy and a lot of nice ideas. And honestly, I think that you always felt the same to me, which is a nice thing. It created an environment which is very supportive, which gives you time and space to try new ideas and to experiment with new passions and to make some mistakes. And making mistakes has been quite a big part of what we've been doing for the last couple of years. But it's through those experiences that you actually get to grow and that you get to mature. And so have we, as an organization, we've had to grow and to mature due to the projects that we're doing. And we got to do this thanks to the support of many, many people and the patience of many, many people, again, some of which are sitting here right now. And we've actually been growing so continuously that a lot of us now get to do this as our job, what we've been doing voluntarily or as volunteers for a couple of years. And by a lot of people, I mean 16, which to me is quite a lot. And yeah, over the time, we've come to adapt to the principles or believe in the concepts of self-actualization and independence as the driver for the social entrepreneurial projects that we are implementing. And this has completely changed the way we work.
Yeah, big words, Celia. So, what did we do so far on the ground? Um, we have 3 social businesses so far. The first, Happy Water Project, where we established a water center located in the western region of Nepal. Now, over 3,000 people can have access to clean drinking water, and over 500 students in the school are also getting access to free drinking water. And they are running without us, so they are running independently at the center. Why? Because our female entrepreneur is able to sell that amount of water to run her family, also to pay the salaries of the employees. The second social business is Sparsa. In Nepal, menstruation to this day is surrounded by taboos. Uh, Actually, I heard in Germany as well. We developed a menstrual pad which is fully biodegradable in nature, and that is out of a banana trunk. And next year we will produce around 50,000 sanitary pads from our own production house. And for true change, education is key. Through our awareness campaigns on menstrual health, we have already reached more than 1,000 people and students. The third, so-called Revalue, which is a plastic recycling project and aims to give plastic waste a value. Plastic is a problem everywhere in the world, especially in Nepal, where there is missing of recycling infrastructure. We built 2 recycling centers in different parts of Nepal, and we have been able to give new life to more than 40,000 kg of plastic. We found a new way to deal with non-recyclable plastics. On top of that, together with the Fraunhofer Institute, we were able to build our first plastic road in Nepal. And the technology of the plastic road, where we replace a part of bitumen with a part of plastics. So what it makes is ultimately the roads more durable, which is very much needed in our country. By the way, this is how EcoPulse, another ZU startup, was born.
Okay, so at the heart of it all, organizations like Nidisi can only exist because of the people that put drive and energy and determination into it. And if you're looking for people like this, ZU is a pretty good space to start looking. For over 20 years now, or for actually 20 years now, it's a place where people have been coming together for the same goals: to learn, to grow, and to do better. Zeppelin University is not just a place where you go to get a diploma at the end, but it's also a place that, at least for us, has shown us the importance of international friendships. And this is also how I personally see Nidisi. As Nidisis, we believe that the solutions for most problems today already exist. It is a choice to use them or to not use them. It's a matter of mindset. And looking around this room, everyone here is privileged. Some, of course, more than others. But if we have this privilege, this choice is a lot easier. Let's take it. And it is just for the very simple reason that it feels good. This is why we're convinced that humanity can do better.
Yeah, it all started with a friendship between people from Nepal and from Zeppelin University. Today, we can exist and put our lifetime into something meaningful because a lot of people choose to be a part of this journey by supporting us mentally, physically, and very important, financially. Since 8 years, your donations and your trust are the reasons what we do and what we can do. Zeppelin University has developed itself into my life's narrative, connecting continents and cultures. I hope that Zeppelin University will make that choice to continue to give the space, the time, and the knowledge to students so they take that choice. Namaste, which means the divine in me connects to the divine in you. Thank you.
And we're, of course, open to questions. Otherwise, yes,
I think you said it, but I didn't quite get how the recycling initiative, for example, how that helps the local community, like their immediate.
Mhm.
You tell me like how.
Yes, if we see in Nepal with the recycling facility, they are not really developed, or we can say we don't have a recycling infrastructure in Nepal. And there are some, but they are really kind of like not really satisfying with the recycling centers. The workers, they don't have a proper safeguards while walking. They are just walking with barefoot, without mask, without helmet inside, and also they don't get a proper salary inside while working, and this is what we want to develop in one way by developing the recycling facilities. And non-value, non-valuable plastics, they are, there is nothing or like no infrastructure which can recycle it, and we are working on it to recycle the non-valuable plastic also into the plastic roads and for the incineration process.
maybe to add a very small thing here. And I have to say, I think I'm the only Nidisi who hasn't seen it. But I mean, Ashok, I think you will agree. Like, it's really, really an issue that you can see that there's a lack of recycling infrastructure there, and you can see that it's thrown on the streets. You can see that it's thrown into the rivers, and you can see that it's burned on the roads. And this is incredibly harmful to health. And the second layer to this is, global inequalities and climate change. Plastic waste and not dealt with plastic waste is a driver of climate change. And the people first affected by this are not us, but the people in the global south. So we need to find solutions now.
Yeah. So first, thank you. Great talk. Ashok, you told us just a story about one person in Nepal who you helped to build their house and they kind of didn't really take ownership of building it themselves. So kind of, how do you create this mindset of actually, because if you give them the resources, but on the other hand, them taking ownership of it themselves, they can follow. So the dependency doesn't happen.
Mhm. Yeah. So like the example you gave, like we were building houses and there were like people who really were expecting more from us. Like they could build a house, but they were not doing it, thinking that we will come one day and then support them to build it. And yeah, to change this, uh, we we had to change ourselves, like from an student initiative named Nepal's was changed to Nidisi, to the social business. And water project is a really good example how we reduce dependencies. So now at the water center, we have a facility where a local entrepreneur, a female entrepreneur, is running the business, and now we are doing nothing. They are independent of them. She pays her own salary. She pays the salary for the employees. She is distributing the clean drinking water to different schools, students, and the whole village. And they are independent, and they are working for their own village.
Maybe I can just add a small thing just to make the story like so we built like houses in the city of Nepal, and there was like at the inauguration of the last house there was a neighbor of the guy who built the house, who had more money than the others in the village. So obviously he had the possibility to rebuild his house on his own, but he was waiting so long, living 2 years in a tent, hoping that when we would see his house, we said, oh, to guy, here you also give you the resources to rebuild your house. So it wasn't the people in need that did it. Exactly.
Yeah.
They got the house. But people who were in need, they also didn't start to act by their own. Because they were thinking, if someone is coming, then it's fine. We can just wait. That's quite a logical thought, right? We will do similar, I guess. Still, 2 years and 10 is a long time. An extreme example. But still, it happened. It shows, like, us trying to do something good, thinking about actually when half of the other villages have been building their houses, if we know they have enough resources, the question is what? Like, just so in the end, we didn't try to change their mindset, but we kind of went and went. We had to learn.
Yeah, to be fair, this is also why there's stuff that people pay for. No, like the water is not expensive at all. It's cheap. It's very, very, very cheap. But it's not free. And this is, of course, that's what can sustain itself, the project itself, of course, but also because no one pays for stuff they don't want, even if it's a tiny bit amount of money. Okay, then thank you.
Thanks so much.